Bienvenue and welcome to my reflection for PEC401. My name is Nurul Izzah, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. For the organizational purpose of this reflection, I'll be using Gibbs reflective cycle. This course lasted for 6 weeks, each of them comprising of group-hosted activities and integrated evaluations. The first week was allocated for ice-breaking and briefing on how the entire course would roughly be executed. On the second week, Group Digiti Minimi hosted a roleplay activity for us to act out the scenarios based on our views of a provided video clip. Third week was another roleplay week, only it was hosted by us. The scenarios are drawn based on luck, and it was for the groups to decide on how to imply teamwork in their play. On the fourth week, Group 3 hosted a debate session, and I was in the opposing team where the issue on healthcare should be free for all. Major project arrived on week 5, and we made a poster on the significance of having IPE for the generation of healthcare providers to come. Finally, Group Hamstring hosted an article review on week 6 featuring on how the absence of teamwork can lead to medical negligence. When we first launched off, I felt really confused. My group members came from all sorts of background, and I couldn't picture on how this was going to work. I also had self-doubt on whether or not I'm able to keep up with the rest of the team, as some of them were senior to me. Pressure was another thing of concern because we constantly had to beat the clock. However, having such supportive group mates, I ended up feeling comfortable, and these 6 weeks have brought me endless joy. Not to mention though, it was quite a bumpy ride. For a team consisting of such diverse backgrounds, it was hard to be on the same page. Therefore, we had active discussions to make sure all our messages came across and everyone understood their roles. Most group members were introverts, some of them being very timid, but with the right way of building rapport, it was possible to get them engaged in discussions. Time restriction was solved by systematic task delegations, while the matter of coordination was aided by lists and effective progress tracking. One of the things I've learned in this course is that we must embrace our differences. People come in all shapes and sizes, and we shouldn't expect all of them to think and work exactly the way we do. Diversity is a double-edged sword. We can't program people to all work in a linear method. Instead, we should accept and cherish the differences by utilizing each and every one of them in the right place. The construction of an ideal plan needs the perspective of all thinking hats. Only by being different can we complete each other's void and lackings. Next, I've learned that we must beat in synchrony. A fruitful discussion is a well-coordinated one. Update others on our progress to make sure we move as one functional unit and prevent miscommunication. Address problems appropriately so that nobody's left behind, and bear in mind that although everyone's motivational drive varies, every member of the team are striving in convergence towards one common organizational goal. Finally, I've learned that we must lend a listening ear because there is no point in everybody externalizing their thoughts when there is nobody to listen. Practice active listening and do not brush off other team members' thoughts. Rather, find a justification why they think that way and see where it fits in your plan. It's never a me versus you situation, but us versus the problem.